Pepperoni Pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorga at Sorgatron in the social media and in the Sorgatron Media Studios here in Pittsburgh, PA. And they're snowing out. So, despite the weather, we have a wonderful crew. We gave everybody the option to stay home today, and everybody got in the studio, except for Dave Bonner, who lives in the frozen tundra of Verona, PA. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing good. Just the frozen tundra.
Yes. I'm using the wrong one here. Oh no, there's something going on here. Oh no, Zoom's giving you a thing. Okay, that'll fix. That'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Katie Dutters is here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Also, you were out. You went shopping today.
I did.
Good luck. Did everybody stay home?
Yeah. Oh, it was nice.
Yeah, we'll talk about one of your experiences if we get to one of these stories here. And now there's an interesting what do I call it? An inflection point when it comes to shopping from home here that you may have witnessed today. So, and we have interns here. Hello, interns.
Hello.
Intern Tony is on the couch hanging out with us a mile from his microphone, but that's okay. We're learning mic technique. That's what you're here to learn.
Right.
So, and then intern Mac say hello, Mac. Hello. We'll be messing with him on Mayhem Show later, I'm sure. So anyways, let's get geeky with things with our... And let's go with Sight Unseen. Katie, you go first.
Listen, I have something awesome that is related to somebody who has been supporting our show for probably 1,000 years. John Diggy DeGore. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Diggy!
Yes, I wanted to say that, and I forgot to put it in the notes. But yes, he has been a solid supporter of AwesomeCast. How long now?
I don't know, almost a decade. It feels like.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So.
And so I wanted to say happy birthday to John Diggy DeGore. And also, he has given me several great Star Wars comic books over the years. We've gotten a chance to meet up with him, which I definitely have to meet up with him again. And but yes.
Are they the newer Marvel ones or they're old school?
They're old school.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. So yes, that's what I wanted to say was I wanted to tell him happy birthday and thank you for supporting our show.
Excellent.
I think this is one of the first times it's like actually happened that
it's
way.
Actually lined up this way. That's tremendous. So what have you been learning from the old Star Wars comics? Because remember, I got you that one, and I was like, what were they doing in this era?
No, the clothes were weird.
Yeah,
and it's funny how it doesn't. You try to this is what should be what happens, and you're like, wait, that's not exactly what's happening, and it's just.
It seemed like they were because they were writing the books and I think it was before Empire came out, so they were just kind of making it up as they went along. I think Marvel was really good about I always hear about the toy Secret Galaxy we talk about, and the Transformers is Marvel was doing world building for G.I. Joe and Transformers and other toys. There was a Care Bears comic. There was Get Along Gang. Any property, they had a lot of them, right? Foofer, which was a cartoon, but that they adapted. But and they did He-Man for a minute. DC did He-Man for a minute. So I think they were in that phase because there were toys at the time, right?
Yes.
So they just kind of went off their direction.
You're like, this is the thing should happen. This is how they should interact. And you're like, wait, that's just
based on everything we learned from the single piece of media that was made at the time for Star Wars. This is probably before the holiday special.
Oh, yes. 1979 with the holiday special.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 79. So I think that would be before what year was 81 Empire?
81 was Empire.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and then 84-ish was Return of the Jedi and stuff, right? So they had a lot to just make up. The books I think are supposed to be crazier too.
Yes.
From what I understand.
Yes.
So, because again, I think they just went out that way. So, and then there's a reason Disney erased the entire thing to start over when they bought the thing, right?
Everything's
I
canon.
mean, yeah, we don't want to necessarily talk about that kiss between Luke and Leia if from the first movie.
And that's canon.
Yep.
That's canon. Hey, you know what? Who hasn't kissed their long lost sister, right? So south of the Mason-Dixon long. Anyways,
Yes.
yeah. So no, that's awesome. No, thank you, Diggy. Yeah, you've been. I say your name every week. So, and that's awesome. That lines up, and I'm glad you caught that. So awesome, Dave. What's your awesome thing of the week?
Well, my thing is something that was just announced. It is not released yet, and it is something that is really on the bleeding edge.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't even call it. It's the Samsung Galaxy Z Trifold.
Ooh! Oh no! They've upped the ante again.
It is, first of all, so you have 3 screens that come together to make a 10-inch tablet when fully unfolded. And each of the 3 screens can have separate things vertically.
Oh, okay. So they can be independent.
They can be independent or all together.
I mean,
and
they're really just windowing, aren't they, at that point?
pretty much, yeah. And when it's together, it's very narrow, very tall, but it's still 6.1 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly they've done, all the test type things.
And 6.1 is relatively comparable to like maybe a regular size iPad. Is that right?
Regular iPhone, the non-Pro iPhone, or even the non-Pro 17.
Okay.
Is 6.1, or the old Pro that wasn't.
Wait, are you saying each screen is that size, or
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like having 3 iPhones next to each other.
Right. To make it the full 10 inches when it's across. You notice when it's unfolded, it is more. It's very square.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
If you go to the first of all, it's very thin.
Very scary thin.
Oh,
like
boy.
this feels like
yes,
I'm going to break this. Okay.
So, but it's what I like to see. This is trying something different.
Mm-hmm.
And they've supposedly did all the tests, and they
Dunking in water. Okay, gotcha.
Did everything else to show that it's actually, the hinges and everything works good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to see if they have the price in here.
A lot likely, right?
Well, they don't know quite. They haven't announced U.S. pricing. They announced, because it's coming first in South Korea, just shy of 3.6 million, whatever South Korea uses for its currency. So, which is they did the equate the if you just do a straight, how much is that in dollars? It's around 2,500.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing that a lot. We saw this with the Steam Machine a couple weeks ago. Like, there's not a lot of pre-announced pricing because literally nobody can, even to the point where they were talking about RAM prices, and they said, we cannot give you a price. You have to call us. We can't tell you until you're buying it, because that's how that's how wildly everywhere things happen to be right now, right? So yeah, you're not going to get prices for a lot of these announced things for a while.
Well, they say it's coming to the U.S. in early 2026, first quarter.
Okay.
So it's not that far away. And it'll actually be released in Korea December 12th in South Korea.
So just a shout out to our Korean viewers. If you happen to get your hands on one of these, please let us know.
If you have an extra 3.6 million,
we do have a friend
of your currency.
We do have a friend. We do have a wife of a show contributor that has friends in Korea. Last I knew, so maybe we can connect on that. I don't know. We'll put that out there. See what happens. I don't know. Put the request out in the world. You never know. Just like Twitter, you just put it out there and see what happens. So that's cool. So it is the insanely long Samsung name. Katie, what do you think? First, have you seen any of the folding phones in person?
No.
At this point?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay. Like, knowing that, like, how, like, functionally, where do you see kind of the idea of a triple, what do I call it? I guess trifold phone.
Yeah,
triple phone, triple fold phone. I don't know why.
Just like a wallet. It's a trifold.
Yeah, I'm still kind of grokking this, honestly. So, like, what do you see kind of doing with that while you're on the road?
Like, I'm picturing like the old when they used to
It's a pamphlet?
sunbathe You know, like where they'd have the big piece of,
You know,
like,
it's reflective, so I
Yeah.
probably could.
That's
You know,
what I feel
yo,
like
when
this-
we're out in like Tucson, Arizona, and you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
get your undertan on,
Yeah.
like you just kind of fold that thing out. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just like you're gonna be out in the Baja field, just like sunning yourself.
Fine, I don't want to get messed up with that.
/ checking your social media.
Ooh.
So.
Anything goes at this point.
Intern Tony, what do you think of a trifold triple screen phone?
You know, I think it's very interesting. I was just looking it up. That's like, I don't see the necessity of 3 screens. I'm gonna be honest.
Listen, none of this is necessary. Like
Right.
we gotta get that out of the way.
Yeah, no, that's true.
We don't talk about necessary on the show.
Right. But I feel like no matter what Samsung like drops, I will be an Apple guy until I die. So I mean, my dad uses Samsung, so it'd be cool to see him get this phone, but I'll always be an Apple fan no matter what.
There's always like I'll see like sometimes like an Uber driver will have one or something. I'll see him like, oh, how you like that thing? You know, because
Yeah.
I'm really curious. And I've played with one a little bit. Like I don't know if it was a demo or somebody let me hold one or something. And let me hold it. It feels like the early iPhone. Remember when like Justine came with like the first iPhone and we all like gathered around her. Justine, people know on YouTube at the first like one of the first podcamps, and we just like ooh let me see it, because I mean we were all on flip phones at the time. You know. Also, we couldn't see. What am I going to do with this thing? There wasn't social media at the time. It didn't really make sense. We were all like freaked out because there was no keyboard.
I mean, this is
That's what-
nice. And, oh, sorry.
I'll say, if you bring up the Gizmodo article I just put into the doc, it actually shows it folded and folded in a way that Katie could use it as a tanning.
There you go. There you go. Look at that. Look at
Perfect.
that. There you go. And there's your tanning version of it with your Google bars stretched around. That's interesting too.
And
Okay.
there's it all folded up.
Uh-huh. So and that's good. Thanks Gizmodo for the pictures on that one, so we can take a look at this thing. There's a bit of a hinge, like a long hinge on this thing. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know. You know, I'm always like, I feel like this is the kind of thing, just like with EVs. You don't want an EV, you don't get an EV expecting to have it for 20 years. I would lease a phone like this. You know what I mean? Like this isn't something that, you know, you just have a moving part, and that always scares the crap out of me. So
I
either
mean,
way.
it's like when you're going somewhere and you're like, do I bring my laptop? Do I bring my tablet? Do I bring my phone?
yes.
You just bring your phone and it folds out into a tablet. So it's like, oh,
I have both.
yep.
Yep.
Surprise.
I mean, and I mean, honestly, most of us are just looking forward to when Apple does their version, which is going to end up better, right? Because that's usually how this goes. It's like, wait for Apple. They're going to be 5 years behind everybody else, but it's going to be amazing. So as it were. All right, my awesome thing of the week is, you know, I was reading an article about like kind of the state of video game streaming, and you know, I remember a couple years when GeForce Now came in, and I kind of like prophesized the future of streaming gaming and everything. And of course, like, you know, Microsoft is really kind of putting in a lot of Samsung TVs and things like that. Like they're really kind of populating that everywhere. You know, I thought about, hey, I got a new TV and I want to do more things with it in my living room. And of course I set up the GeForce Now on it, and we've been playing some stuff on there. And then one thing I forgot is that there was an app that I bought ages ago called OneCast. It's for Apple devices, so you can put it on your phone, a Mac, or your Apple TV. And the idea is, the main purpose of it was, oh, I got an Xbox in another room, I want to stream to my TV. The problem is, it's up in the upstairs, and I have an Eero, and I've talked about I have wireless problems in my house because it's old and has these metal walls like in the plaster and all this stuff. So Wi-Fi is not great there. It's several hops for the Eero to get bound to me. So in-house, it still doesn't work. GeForce Now works tremendous, by the way. I'm using you remember the first Chromecast Google TV that came out a few years ago? That's what I'm using for the GeForce Now. By the way, it's better than the Android TV that came with the Telly, because we talked about how that thing's kind of trash. It works. It's just slow. It's the most standard low-end like Android stick I think you can get with a controller or with a remote. So I was like kind of poking. I was trying to sideload something for that, and then I was poking at something else, and I was like, oh, well, let's try this. Like maybe we can play the Xbox games directly, since I can't. Game Pass is really wonky to try to get working on the Android TV because it's not official, or Google TV, I guess technically. So I was poking through the OneCast, and it was like a cloud. I'm like, oh, what's this? And so just like the app that I was sideloading, where it was called Better xCloud on Android, and it didn't work great. Like it's kind of not made for the Android Google TV stick. You should have more of a box with more processing power for the menus to work, and it worked icky kind of when I got a game going. But then I went to this, and in the app, without going anywhere else, because you log in with your Xbox account, your Microsoft account, and it will pull in your games from Xbox Game Cloud, and including your purchased games. So, like, the WWE 2K series are on there, the Mortal Kombat games are on there. We played 3 hours of the Mortal Kombat 1 expansion almost flawlessly on this thing. Because we do have like a 4K, I can't remember which generation, but we have a 4K Apple TV. So it's got a little bit of processing power. We're direct connected into the network with Ethernet. So it's been a beautiful play, to the point where I finally got my wife to play video games with me the other day. So very specifically, there's a game that was a freebie. I always hit those freebies on Epic Game Store, right? Like every week there's 1 or 2 games on there. About a couple months ago, they had Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is an RPG from the people that did the XCOM series. It's like a card-based RPG turn-based game. I'm not a big fan of turn-based games. Like I did the Like a Dragon game because it was a little more combat-y. And that was still a little maddening to me. And she's just like, let's play a game like here. And it's one of those, she can help me. Hey, did you try that thing over there kind of thing? So, and there's a lot of story, and I'm like, how is this game 40 hours? There's 10 chapters, and they're very short for the combat, but you just like walk around and talk to everybody in this like in between space. So you're talking like Iron Man and the characters and Ghost Rider and all this stuff. So it's really good with that. The characters are pretty good. The story's kind of interesting. It's more, magic based than characters than but Spider-Man, Wolverine are in it, and stuff like that, but it is more like characters you may not know unless you watched like Agatha All Along maybe, and even some of the other ones, even like the main character I think is made specifically for the game. Generic, I can design myself character kind of thing, and it's like you can change the gender and looks and everything like that to whatever you want to suit it for. Typical RPG stuff, if you played a D&D based game, or any of that kind of stuff. So that's been really cool. So now I have, I'd say like 80% of the games that I want to play are now available sitting down there on the TV, and I do not have a console there at all. It's all cloud. Apple TV is the biggest thing, and we have the games on the Apple TV, of course, because we have Apple Arcade, and that's really cool. But we also have the Google TV, so we can play the games on the Netflix that I think I was maybe talking about last week or something. So OneCast is your big thing for that. That is a pay. I think it was only $10 on the App Store if you want to check that out. So that's pretty straightforward. It's not giving me the price on this one. It's free to download, and there's an in-app purchase, and I'm pretty sure it's $10 for this thing to be able to do that. So if you have an Apple TV, you have a direct connection, and you have the Google Xbox Game Pass with the streaming, you can use this through this. The purchase is, and I think the purchase used to be you do it online, but I think they do have it in-app purchase now as well.
They do. Yeah, actually, I just brought it up on the App Store.
Okay.
The full unlock is $15, and it says additional support for $10.
Additional support?
Yeah, that's all it listed as in the App Store.
That's interesting. So, and the one for Mac you can get for $14.99. It says regular is $24.99. So, that's there. So, and again, this is all like kind of based on your situation. If you're on Wi-Fi, the TV you're going to use is on Wi-Fi. You may vary. Like I have problems with the Wi-Fi in my home, but if I'm sitting in the same place on my phone on 5G, I'm fine. The stuff plays pretty great, and I don't even have full bars in my house. I probably average about 2 to 3 bars, and I can play a game pretty flawlessly in it. So it's kind of a moment of the streaming has arrived, but we're at this point that I was thinking back to, remember when we had this thing where, well, Netflix is on these devices and HBO's on this device, but not the Fire TV, or, and there was like kind of a divide. Like now all your TV apps are kind of everywhere. We're at this point where, well, I want to play Amazon Luna. I can only get it on a Fire Stick. or a Fire TV. I want to play GeForce Now. I can only play it on an Android TV. I want to play Xbox Cloud. I can only use it on this app on Apple TV. So now like the gaming has divided on the cloud side, or I have to buy a Samsung TV or something like that, right? So that's been really interesting, but it's a lot closer to that. And in this post Stadia world, again, the article I was reading today, I just came across, was talking about like Stadia failed so that all these guys could survive, and seems to be working out pretty good. So, and again, I think it's worth trying. It's not going to work for everybody depending on your situation, your bandwidth, your in-home networking situation, honestly, what hardware you have. Like, it's still, there's a lot to it, but man, if it works great. And you can, I'm playing hours of games on cloud now. I think that Puppet game I talked about, I think I played most of it on the cloud. Never installed it until like right at the end when I wanted to do, like, I don't know, I was somewhere where I did want to do the stream. So, awesome. So let's go and, well, first of all, I'll give a shout out, first of all, to the birthday boy, Diggy. Supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast, as well as Brian Crawford up at the executive producer level, Cynthia Klosky, and, oh, hey, Dave Potter over there. There you go. Oh, there he is over there. Hi. Still in fade mode. Guys, thank you for supporting the show. You're helping us keep the servers rolling and everything that keeps this show going from week to week, so we can keep having fun here and having our conversations with you, and have people yell at me on Twitter, apparently. But that's okay. Sheets has my back. We might talk about that on Patreon. So, and let's take a look at Chachi's video game minute.
Welcome back to the Chachi Says Video Game Minute. Here's as much video game news I can cover in about a minute. The Guinness Book of World Records has awarded Lara Croft with 2 records, one being the best-selling video game heroine of all time, and the character who has been on the most magazine covers, coming in at 2,300. Incredible on both accounts. And lastly, slowly but surely, more and more news about the pending Assassin's Creed Netflix show is being leaked, the most recent being that Toby Wallace, star of Euphoria, is signed on to be a co-lead, and the show will take place in ancient Rome, which is a time period yet to be used by the games. So we'll see what happens as it gets leaked, because internet. That's all I have for you this week on Chachi Says Video Game Minute. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Chachi, for that. And we were talking square boobs and cone boobs in relation to the Tomb Raider story. I'm trying to find it. I remember a relatively risque cover of PC Gamer I had. Also remember I was in that prime like 16-year-old age when Tomb Raider was a thing. So that was actually, quite a thing for that time period. But I just remember, like, I'm pretty sure the PC Gamer cover was like the swimsuit cover when they're doing Tomb Raider 2, because they were just like, we're just gonna go there. Yep, there it is. Laura's back, and there she's just in a bikini with a gun, because that is, that's very 90s right there. And even the rendering is pretty low res, isn't it?
Oh boy.
This was, I gotta tell you, again, that era, I was very excited as a developing youth to see that in my mailbox. So, those were the times. So, were we talking about the risque games for NES at some point here?
Yes.
I don't know if that was Patreon or something. That was an era where Leisure Suit Larry's and pixelated kind of like alluding to things at the time. So, and PC gaming was really kind of the Wild West when it came to that. Speaking of Wild West, Katie, you have a story.
Oh yes. Which one? Oh yeah, Red. I was like, which one? There's so many that could. The
one with cowboys.
Everything felt like cowboys. Being in the Wild West today. Let's see. Yes, we were talking about Red Dead
Redemption. Take 2.
Thank you. There we go. And it's on Netflix. Well, at least the game is.
So this is the original game from 2010.
Yes.
It looks like the graphics may be updated.
Yes. And it's a completely mobile version. This is the first mobile friendly version they have done of this, and they're hoping this brings folks back to well, Netflix gaming, because they're having some trouble getting folks to keep using the Netflix gaming. But
Oh,
we've
really?
seen, it's, I think it was it.
Yeah, it
in-
says fewer than 1% of its subscribers base engaging with the
Mm.
available games.
Mm-mm.
And but yeah, so we've talked about some games recently that have popped up that are serious at least games that we would not based on TV shows or based on Podner finding love on an island. And
Hey, how'd that go, by the way, Potter?
After the setup, I kind of stopped. To be honest.
Okay. You set up your
Yeah.
person and just couldn't find. Like, I can't get past the the setup portion. Anyways, this is what it looks like. This is the trailer for it. Again, this is a 2010 game, so I think it's around like a PlayStation 2 game, perhaps, when it came out. And this is the original. There's a sequel that's been out since and everything. It does include the Zombies Undead Nightmare version of the game too, the expansion pack. I played a little bit of it. Good news, unlike the WWE game, this one is controller compatible.
ooh,
So, and again, I'm going to Netflix and saying, please put this on the Apple TV. If Netflix, listen, Netflix, if you want more than that 1%, some of us like to play on our TVs, especially when you have a game like this, okay? Because I don't know, like, I know it's on mobile, but like, who's like sitting there and playing, like, I know I'm playing more and more kind of games on there, but I don't feel like a large percentage is hitting up like Grand Theft Auto, like the PlayStation 2 era ones, like, you know, like, and there's some good stuff on there. There's like a Sonic game. There's like the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge that we've been loving, that like kind of old school beat 'em up. They had Monument Valley, that, you know, but and they're coming and going. So, you know, they dropped Monument Valley 3 on there, and it wasn't there for long, and it doesn't seem to be anywhere else. So it's kind of becoming confusing, or it's stuff that looks like the games that got Dave's attention. The Love Island games that you or whatever.
Well, okay, now I know we're saying because I brought it up, but literally, if you're just scrolling through the games, and you know the App Store is very controlled on what they allow,
Yes,
with content, and all of a sudden you see this image, you're like, huh?
It kind of
Tim
sticks
Apple
up.
allowed this?
Yeah, but I mean, you go through the App Store. There's plenty of things like that too. So I mean, I don't know if people are just kind of skipping over it, or less people, you know, using the phone. Also, along with this, Netflix just cut the ability to cast the videos to devices, which was an interesting play, I thought. So, like they said, only things that were the only things you can cast to are old Chromecast devices without controllers. Which, okay,
Basically the early sticks.
yeah, but which have all been like discontinued for a couple years now.
Right.
So that seems like a really curious kind of play for that kind of thing. So I mean, obviously, you know, WWE, which they already have a relationship with WWE, so that makes sense. And it's a mobile only version of it that's not available anywhere else. They're calling it Netflix edition, and it's a stripped down version of the 2K game that they have now. Red Dead Redemption, that's a full game, and that's pretty good. But it's also a 15-year-old game, so I you know, you're going to get new people on, but I don't know, man. I don't know what your strategy is at this point, you know. 12 Seconds was a good game. But again, a game I would not have tried out otherwise. And they have other kind of adventure games in here. They're trying, and then there's the couch games when you're on an Android device. There is a games tab if you're on not Apple TV. And I was playing the new Centipede games, and they have some of those things, but it's a lot of couch games. Amazon's doing the same thing. They have the couch games. They have Jackbox kind of games where, and Netflix is doing this too, where you take a QR code and the remote is your phone, which also could be a turnoff to a lot of people too, right? Because that feels really weird. The haptic feedback's really decent, but it's still weird to do that. But when you're just doing a party game, I guess it's a little less. It's not a Twitch platformer game or anything, right?
Yeah, I know. What was it, last week or week before? You talked about the puzzled game that Netflix was coming out with, and it arrived. I downloaded it, and basically there's puzzles, but it's all Stranger Things related.
Okay.
And the main part of the game is kind of bringing you back through past seasons with little video clips of the cast talking.
Are they
to kind of bring
updating
you up to speed?
They're bringing. Is that how they're doing the flashback? Is
Yeah.
through a puzzle game, so you're up to speed on season 5. Also,
That's exactly because the rest of the games are just kind of practice for the games you do during the path. And I got up to the point where it's like, oh, this stage will unlock in 12 hours.
oh, it's time released.
Yeah. Which honestly, if you get to that, you're going to be like, okay, I'll get back to it when I get back to it, because those are the type of games that you know, oh, I'm standing in line, I might as well play a game real quick type thing.
Well, speaking of video games, we're going to keep rolling along here. I had the opportunity, one game that's been on my list, I mentioned the Ninja Turtles game. The same developer that did that. I think they also did a G.I. Joe game that I'm waiting for it to come down on price to pick it up. Because $30 for a beat 'em up's a little rich for my blood, if you will. But there was a tremendous Marvel game, Cosmic Invasion it's called. And it's again that kind of, even the video here has the very like kind of mid early 90s kind of style to it, this intro video. This is actually from my Twitch stream last night when I got to play it, because it dropped on Monday. And the cool thing is, like with these games is, hey, I can't find 4 games to play and sit on my couch with me. That's okay. You can go online and make new friends. So I just dropped into somebody's game. I don't even know how far in the game I am for this. It has a different kind of mechanic. It's that very old, like Konami, Ninja Turtles, like Simpsons kind of, vibe to it, the over the top kind of situation. But the mechanic they add to this is you actually pick 2 characters. Like think like the Marvel Capcom games where you can tag in and out, or or Tekken Tag, I guess, is one of those. So you can tag in and out of your person. That's basically your second life, is the second person. So in this, I'm Ghost Rider and She-Hulk. Rocket Raccoon is somebody I played for a little bit. Storm's in this. Venom, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Captain America. So it's a lot of the good standbys there, right? At some point, all 3 of the people in my party abandoned me. Then I just had to fight the boss by myself. So that was a lot of fun. But again, it's really cool. So again, because playing one of these by yourself is kind of rough, right? And there's even like unlocks that haven't been done yet. I don't know if I have to unlock them at a certain point maybe, or if they're purchasable or something. So, but that is on Game Pass, and that's been a really, really good playthrough for me. So if you like the old beat 'em ups, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is what it's called, and it kind of paired with my weird Marvel games, with the Marvel Midnight Suns one that I was playing as well. So that was a really cool play. The other thing I've been playing, Katie, I think I told you a little bit about this too. They did, like I said, I've been doing deep in. Simpsons got me into Fortnite. I'm kind of hooked for a little bit. They did. I wasn't able to attend this because I had to take my mother. I want to make sure it's like, oh God, I had to take my mother. I wanted to take my mother to Wicked. and unfortunately, I didn't get home in time for the 2 p.m. Event that they did. And I've never done a Fortnite event before, because they're like, oh, you can get into the lobby at 1:30, right? And by the way, I saw a little video of the lobby. The lobby is giant Homer in his underwear laying across the island, and you can like throw things at him and he scratches his butt while you're waiting. But the big thing was, there's a big baddie story in the game from like this chapter of Fortnite, because the island changes every season in some way. Like I remember when it first started, it was like, oh, a meteor landed, and there's a big crater in the island. Let's go see what's in the crater, right? While you're doing just Fortnite running gun stuff, right? So in this case, I haven't seen a lot of it, but there's some videos that are out there, and apparently it was to the point where there's giant Homer, Godzilla, King Kong, Superman, and like a bunch of others, and they drew, according to articles, 10.5 million players onto the platform for this one single event. And I think you just drop into the event and kind of witness things going on around you, and you're just there, and it's like, oh, look up and see there's Godzilla. Iron Man's part of the K-pop Demon Hunters, and they called it an Avengers Endgame style finale. Which sounds really incredible. So this is the kind of stuff I'm starting to get it on Fortnite right now. We're experimenting more with it. I pulled it up and I was like, Missy, what K-pop Demon Hunter level, fan-made level should I play here, and we played that for an hour and stuff like that. So yeah, and here's a little bit of the video. There's Godzilla going for the giant monster, for instance. And it looks like the what was that, New Empire, right? Where he had the pink tail to him and everything. That looks like Godzilla with the gauntlet, or I'm sorry, King Kong with the gauntlets. There's Homer, giant Homer. So there's Iron Man beside you, and you're just witnessing this fight go on. So really cool, epic event, and I guess if you're there for like a lot of the story, like this is really cool. Voltron's there. What the hell? Like it's like the thing I love about Fortnite. I'm playing this game, and you're just like Meanwhile, I'm Marge Simpson. And then it's like, oh, I just got killed by a green Power Ranger. What, that was literally the green Power Ranger was right there in that shot when I pulled that up too. So it's just like the wildest thing. So and then they're down for a couple hours. They came back and they have season 7. They got rid of the bus, so you have to ride a wave into the island, and it's all West Coast themed, which is the first time that they've done this. So that's really a really fun kind of update. Kill Bill is a part of this. Back to the Future, Marty McFly is a part of this. They give you, if you get the Game Pass, or you have if you have Xbox Game Pass, and they give you the crew on there, they give you the Uma Thurman Kill Bill character right off the bat. You can find these zones, and all the schoolgirl looking characters from Kill Bill come out, and you have to take them out, and they give you a sword. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff. Like, it's just really cool, kind of weird discovery in this, right? But then it gets really weird, like seeing Marty McFly with an AK assault rifle is really strange to me. Seeing Superman with a shotgun is very strange to me, right? Marge with a gun, also very strange to me. But that's kind of the weird, kooky fun of it. So it's funny. I was talking to Chachi about how they put different characters now in Call of Duty. Like, they had WWE in their characters, and but the thing that people kind of pushed back on, Jane Silent Bob are in it, so he had to pick those up. When they put Beavis and Butthead in there, because they were cartoon characters now in Call of Duty, that's when people started kind of revolting on the idea. So I'm going to keep poking at this. It's too much fun. So and there's so much games. There's so much in there. I was doing the racing game on it. We've been doing the music festival, so it's taking me back to old, like, Guitar Hero days a little bit. So it really is kind of a nice variety. So anyways, let's keep on the video game size. Did you see the Hideo Kojima story in here about an old game idea he wanted to do early on? Now, Hideo Kojima is he does Death Stranding, Metal Gear Solid games, I think maybe even the original Metal Gear games. So he did this game. This is like back on floppy disks, right? The game is called, it'll come up here in a second, but the idea was, it was like kind of a crime game, like kind of severe game. And it was a cyberpunk graphic adventure called Snatcher from 1988. And this came up in a Facebook post. And apparently he wanted the floppy disk of the game to be coated in a special heat-sensitive paint that would release a scent of blood once the computer drive heated up during gameplay. So the computer's going to get warm, and as you play it, you just start smelling blood, which I think is just iron smelling, because we've had a couple pretty bloody wrestling matches that we filmed. Like, I remember the dog collar match, and like everybody that was camera ringside was just like, I'm nauseous because everything smells like iron out here because there's so much blood in the ring, So I don't know. Is this the smell-o-vision we always heard about over the last 30 years, guys?
I mean,
your faces Katie's honestly making are tremendous on this one, by the way.
You know what, though? From 88, this would have drove parents crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, we're still talking the end of the fact that D&D is demonic and, going to turn your kids into a bunch of murder suicide people. And
hold on, Mom, let me boot up my blood computer.
And we know that once you get the smell of something in the air, and it goes in, because you smell things because you get small particles, whatever's making it in your.
Yes. Listen, we all had the skunk character Stinkor from He-Man, right? Like, and there's other versions of that there were in
Right.
our age. Like
But
Katie, you know this, right?
stay-
And it's like,
this
and
stay
now
in the
everything smells
computer,
like that.
too.
Oh, you mean the strawberry shortcake smell that like
Oh,
a very specific.
I forgot about strawberry
My
shortcake
mom
had one.
still cannot be anything fake strawberry smells.
Really?
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Strawberry shortcake ruined her for strawberry.
The
fake
fake
strawberry.
strawberry, yep. Mhm.
Interesting. Interesting. Did you have any smelly toys, Dave?
Did you smell it?
Not on purpose.
I was gonna say on purpose. It's like that's the other thing. Is like, what happens when you get this game secondhand? You have it for a while. Is it going to start smelling in the box? What if I left it in the sun? You know,
Well,
like what is?
Well, and also, like I said, you get this spun up in a computer.
Mhm.
That's gonna have residual smell on the computer.
Oh yeah.
You know, like when you burn
It's
something.
okay.
In an
There's
oven.
a fan in there.
Well, I mean, the particles still get on the device in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like when you burn something in an oven, and the next thing you
No, I didn't do
cook,
that
you're
recently.
like, wait a minute, why is something smell like it's burning? Oh, it's the stuff that was in there before. So that would it would have been horrific. It would have been, lots of gnashing of teeth. It would have been lovely.
Intern Tony, what do you think of this? I mean, first of all, do I have to explain a floppy disk to you, given your age?
I know what one looks like, but I honestly don't know what it does. I'm gonna be honest.
He's like, I understand the concept.
I
of a
understand the
floppy
concept,
disk. Okay,
yeah.
1.4 megabytes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
3.5 inches.
3.5 inches
Mhm.
for the later ones.
Right.
Anyways, your thoughts?
I mean, like, so I was doing the media, so I kind of was in and out of listening. But something about the floppy disk smells like
Yes.
something.
Yeah, there's paint on it that when it warms up in your computer from operating, it would start emitting an odor that smells like blood.
Oh, interesting. You know, I think this could be a cool concept. Like you're watching something, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, whatever you see on screen, you smell that like coming out of the system or whatever. I think that'd be a pretty cool, idea. I think that would enhance the experience. I'm not sure if I would enjoy smelling blood while I'm working, but it'd be interesting, I guess.
It's a crime cyberpunk thriller. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, it'd be
like
pretty
imagine
cool.
you're playing Mortal Kombat, let's say, right? And that's what comes out. Smell-o-vision games. I don't know, man. Maybe that's the next thing after we get our VR thing going, right? And they'll just like, I don't know, what are you gonna have, nose plugs that have smells or something like that, or is it just gonna like pump it in your face, like, locally?
I was trying to figure out when like the golden age of scratch and sniff stickers.
Feels like about that time.
Yeah, like was this like this?
Are they still a thing?
Scratch and sniff stickers? I'm sure they are.
Yeah,
Probably
I mean, they're still around. They found a grown-up things like when you get your Glade and stuff like that.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
scratch it off
Oh,
to see
right,
what,
the
what
samples.
apple cinnamon smells like, or what pumpkin joy smells like.
I
or
found
whatever they
donut
have.
ones.
Don't.
This is strawberries. There you go. Stinky Stickers is one of the brands, by the way, if you're looking for those these days. So that gives you the idea.
Well, can I add something to
Yeah, go ahead.
the VR? Well, this is kind of on that same base, but when I was Best Buy shopping on Black Friday, I saw something which I thought was insane. They were selling a VR haptic suit that gives real life like optic nerves, sound waves, everything. So when you're watching and playing something, you feel like on your body, like what's happening. You sense everything, and I just think that's like
Best Buy has this?
Best Buy has it.
I mean, that's a concept. That's a. Have you ever seen Ready Player One?
Yes, I
Remember he
have.
had the suit
Yeah,
and he
he
was
had the
trying to
suit,
upgrade
yes.
it and everything.
yes,
Like,
but that's something you see and think that's not even possible.
I mean,
but
I
for
think
real
I've
life.
seen a adult tech conference version of this. So
Well, there wasn't there a vest that like part of a fighting game that when you got punched there was like a it kind of had like a vibration or percussion, so it felt like you got hit in the chest.
I'm I'm curious about that.
Or if it wasn't released, at least
Wait
it
a
was
minute.
talked
How
about.
about this? There's a Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale for
Oh.
BH Haptics. Is this what you saw in Best Buy by
Yeah.
chance?
Yep,
Is
that-
it?
that is what I
So
saw,
it's
yep.
BH Haptics. I think you're on the same page, Dave. So you wear the vest and yeah. Oh, and you're playing Call of Duty. This is going to go really well. It looks like you have about a 4x4 grid of sensors on the back that was showing in that. Sim racers. This will be great too. Oh, wait, you have, what are the wrist things?
Is that vibration?
Maybe.
So like when you're feeling the or just maybe like position of your hands.
Yeah, it may like tap you on the wrist or something like
Yeah.
that, or give you kind of pressure or something as you're going, or the feedback from when you're shooting guns, obviously, right? So man, that's actually pretty cool. BH Haptics. Oh, for music lovers as well. Wait, what's happening on the music game? What are we doing?
It probably vibrates with the beat.
Oh, there you go. You get that like bass effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like
Just like you're at a concert,
there's
you
like
feel
speakers.
the music.
Yeah,
instead
there's
of
like
hear it.
speakers on the
Okay.
suits. You feel the sound.
So then it's not like you're not like bumping bass through like your room and bothering the neighbors or something like that. How much are they? Save up to $100. That gives you an idea.
That's never a good thing.
That's never a good sign there. Okay, we
But
got the
does it
Air, the
say-
Pro, or the tax sleeve. Let's go Pro and see what this looks like, guys. Made for
Okay.
Meta. My buttons aren't working on this page. Oh, this is a thing that Mac does to me. Oh no. Oh, I didn't accept the cookies.
Yeah, that's what it's doing to me too. I was like,
Okay,
no,
all right.
stop
there we
it.
go.
Oh well, we start at $529 for the TaxSuit Pro, and then there's the bundles with the sleeves and the visor go up to $630 and $740. But that's if you're like that guy and you got like the rig. By the way, the low end version, the TaxSuit Air. is to $209, which that's not bad, man. That's not
does
bad.
it give sizing?
Because
I mean, that does matter if you're a bigger person.
man, everybody seems pretty fit in these ads. So
Yeah.
I think you're missing like, where's the big boy version? Come on.
Where's the 2X size?
Where's the 2X? Can I get that in 2X? It's got a zipper across the front. I'm sure that one size fits most, perhaps. Maybe we'll look further into that because I'm really kind of curious. I'm going to drop that link over in the chat for us too. So,
Oh, and I do want to mention something when we hit Patreon about that when I first saw that on screen.
okay, all right, move on.
I was gonna say because I got a thing to show you on that page too, the pro page.
Okay, all right, we'll go into that. Do we share all of our intrusive thoughts on Patreon? Is that what's
Yes,
happening?
that's what's
Okay, that's what I
It's
thought.
safe. Yeah, I think that's the safest place to do it.
Yeah. So, Katie, tell me about Amazon. I'm trying to tone this down.
Did you like that in the talk?
Katie, tell me about Amazon. What they're testing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with Waymo. And
No, that's the next one.
Oh gosh. Okay, Amazon is testing 30 minutes or less in Philly and Seattle. They're trying to get you your items super duper fast. If you can't wait till the next day, in some cases.
They already have same day in a lot of these towns too.
Yes, and yeah, it's pretty. Living near an Amazon distribution center.
You live really close to
yeah.
one.
Comes in handy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But in 30 minutes or less?
The options when you look at Amazon when you're in Seattle are ridiculous, by the way.
I can't imagine.
It's nuts, man. I was like, can I get this doohickey? Oh, I probably can. So next time I'm in Seattle and I need a thingamabob, I know where to go with this. So is this everything or is it, because I feel like they've done versions of this with like produce or something that came out of maybe like the Amazon Fresh or the what's the store that they have? What's the store that they bought? What?
Whole Foods?
Whole Foods, that's the one.
Yes. It looks like it's they're testing a certain number of products, like in the thousands of products, but a certain amount. And depending, this is where you get if you don't have Amazon Prime, you're gonna pay a lot of money for this. They're like, oh hey, by the way,
Oh, this is an extra upgrade. Oh, interesting. Prime Plus.
Super duper Prime Plus.
Super duper Prime Plus.
So Amazon Now orders start at $3.99 per order compared to $13.99 for non-Prime customers. There's also a basket fee if you're like under $15, but
Interesting. So this is going to be an extra fee for this, so it's not just built in like everything else is.
yes.
So I mean that sounds honestly comparable to your Walmart Pluses and your Instacarts and things like that. So, tell us about, you were telling me something interesting about, you went into Walmart and noticed something today. And again, it snowed today, first big snow in Pittsburgh, I think, of the season, right?
Yeah, kids were off.
Kids were off, all that kind of stuff. And so you were out and about, and so there weren't a lot of people out necessarily, but you did notice something.
I was out, so I did some shopping. I went to Robinson because I was like, yes, it's going to be quiet. And I went to Walmart, and most of the shoppers were shopping for other people. Like they had their lists, and they had their, they were doing the DoorDashes, they were doing the whatevers, and even the Walmart employees had the big carts out where they were fulfilling orders. So everybody was fulfilling orders. There were very few folks shopping for themselves.
So Walmart kind of became a sort of warehouse distributor for the day?
Yes, it did. Very much so.
Interesting.
Yes.
Because everybody's sitting at home and like we did the same thing here. That we talking about an order got delayed. It might show up here during the show from Walmart because we need we realize we need, we didn't get salt. We need a new shovel, and we need shoes for Missy when she just wears boots up here, and her feet are too warm. So we did it too, and I know she said they couldn't find drivers earlier today, so she had to do a later order like for tonight. I think that's very interesting. So now we're at this phase, like this feels like a version of at what point of the internet is the internet just AI regurgitating itself onto itself? At what point are like, and it's not AI, but it's like the service has taken over the space for the people kind of situation. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, is that a success point or a sad point?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's going to take me a couple days to work on in my head. Because it's all, that's crazy. I don't even want to go to the Aldi's that just opened around the corner. I'm still Instacarting. I don't even want to go in there. Like, this, it sounds like madness, like down there, especially since they just opened, of course. But, that's interesting.
This was the first time that I have it was very, very noticeable that folks were just like fulfilling orders because it was a lot of like this
checking things.
Yes,
you say pointing at the thing, pointing at the phone. If you're
yes,
on audio.
You could tell pictures, or what I mean, if they were texting, but it was very much like not a normal shopper behavior.
I just can't do it anymore. I can't go do like the Sunday grocery shopping anymore. I don't have it in me.
That's why you don't go on Sundays. That's why you go during a snowstorm.
Exactly. No, well, we have a friend that I brunch with, and that's when he gets out of the house because he works from home a lot. So, and I get that. But also just like, but is that the thing you want to do? I was like, are you sure about this? Does this really work for you? Because it sounds like a nightmare for me, kind of thing. So, it's like, we live in the future. We don't have to do this anymore. So
that's true.
But either way, hey, to keep somebody else employed too, on top of things. So if you're able to, I think it's good. Especially if you just don't want to deal with people, and that usually just ends up bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you also save money because you don't browse.
Oh yeah. You know what you don't do? Go to a grocery store hungry. Oh, we'll get food after we go grocery shopping. No, you're buying everything. That's terrible. Terrible life skill right there. So tell us about the tell us about what I love your headline is Waymo F the police on this, by the way. What did the Waymo do now, Katie?
Well, driverless Waymo in LA just drove through a tense police situation. There's a video of this Waymo vehicle. I
gotta pull this up. You were telling me about this.
Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. And the LAPD has the suspect. It's a pickup truck, and they have the person on the ground. And at one point, they are yelling at the Waymo to go to the right, like don't drive, because they have no clue. This is I'm sure they know what Waymos are, but I mean, they're probably not used to having to yell at driverless vehicles. And
there's a guy.
there's literally like, look at this. There's all these police. It's a very heavy police presence, and the Waymo's just like, I'm just gonna make a left into this whole thing. Everybody was cool, thankfully, but like it's just such a weird. And they're yelling, go right, and the Waymo's like, I gotta go left. That's the direction.
I don't think it responds to verbal commands yet, guys. So, and like, I'm not clear. Like, did we determine if there was somebody in the Waymo at the time during this thing?
I cannot find anything that says for sure whether or not there was somebody in the vehicle.
And it drove right by the suspect too. Like I like the guy is
like he's on the ground.
The guy, like when the video starts, he's getting out of the car, and by the time the Waymo goes by, he seems to be on the ground. I think, like, yeah, the door is open, and no, he's already on the ground. It almost hits the guy.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh my God! This is Los Angeles. Los Angeles is its own special kind of wild. So
there was a Waymo in Pittsburgh.
What?
By Fort Pitt Commons. I couldn't get my phone up in time, but there was one parked in front of Fort Pitt Commons. It's on Fort Pitt Boulevard, and it was pulled off to the side, and I drove past it when I was making a left. I was heading to, towards Carson Street.
Yeah.
And it was parked there and just chilling the most. And I was like, nobody paid attention to it, obviously. I was like, are you lost, Waymo? Like,
in this undated article from Mobility21 at cmu.edu, self-driving project Waymo to open Pittsburgh office in Bakery Square. So yeah, they be here, and they hired 20 workers, and they're
that was maybe been pre-pandemic, because I remember back then.
Okay.
And this was actually a while back. Was Ruth, this is because I remember that we were going into the office. Ruth would take the bus from Sewickley to downtown. I pick her up there and drive home, and going up Liberty Avenue through Lawrenceville. There'd be driver in Bloomfield. There'd be Waymos with the radars on top.
And I see 2021 too. So, hey, and we get a lot of, like, not Waymos, but we get a lot of cars in town. Like I actually had, like, somebody when I used to drive Uber before the pandemic, like somebody got in my car and they worked with one of those automation companies where you see the stuff on top. It's like autonomous or something like that, or something else. But this is around when Uber was doing it too. And like, to my knowledge, they're mostly doing mapping with that technology and kind of that kind of thing. I didn't know how much, like, actual, like, because I think there was a little bit of a you're not allowed to do autonomous in town, testing in town anymore after Uber did not deliver on their promises.
It could have been another company. What is this company? Motional?
Motional's one I've seen.
I'm seeing Emotional and Aurora.
Yeah, both those I've seen around town. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're doing testing. They're doing map. I mean, remember, we're a black diamond.
That is true.
So as far as all the stuff you deal with, like, I'd be interested if any of those test cars are out today in the snow this morning, because that's what you have to get to, right? If you can handle that, you can handle about anything probably. So, and our interesting road system. So, on that note, we got plenty more to talk about, but we're going to be doing that over on Patreon, because it isn't always awesome, although that Waymo one was kind of on the edge, but I thought that was a lot of fun, especially since nobody was hurt. Everybody's fine, guys.
And that did happen at, like, what did it say, 2:30, 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah. The Waymo was tired. Okay, it's fine.
Nothing good if you're out. Nothing good happens if you're out, especially at that time in the morning.
Especially in Los Angeles. So, guys, thank you so much. Dave Ponder of the iPhoneography podcast.
Yep. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, last night we talked about gift ideas.
Ooh.
And a giveaway that was included if you listen.
Look at that teaser there. Go iPhoneography podcast. Ooh. Sound it out. Mm-hmm. And your favorite podcast provider. Katie Dutters.
I don't know. Shopping.
It's like doing shopping, doing house shopping, smashing Boba Fett paint, as you will.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Using the AI to buy paint, pissing off the internet.
Katiedudes.com to see what you're into.
Yep.
A lot of times there's like, I've encountered, I don't know, mascots and corgis at a Pens game. So
life is interesting.
Or your production in Erie.
Gosh.
Maybe we'll talk about that on Patreon too. At Sorgatron on all the social medias to see what I'm up to. Again, a lot of production stuff from the last couple of weeks on my feeds. And behind the scenes of stuff we're doing here around the studio. And, of course, Sorgatron.com, SorgatronMedia.com for all your beautiful podcasts, including our friends at Fishing Without Bait, who got the greatest comment the other day. Jim tells me that somebody said that I just started listening to your show and listened to 20 episodes in a row. Now, they're not as timely as our shows are here because it's a really evergreen content about mindfulness and such. So that is like one of the greatest compliments. So Fish Without Bait, our friends at Again is Envy, that mostly talk about like housewives and reality shows and things like that. So, but they're on the network too, and go check them out. And of course, the wrestling podcast we have too, if you're into that too. So with that, we'll stay tuned for Patreon. If you're joining us at patreon.com/awesomecast, I hope you enjoyed the video we just posted yesterday about the dick laser that we talked about last. Should I say that on the show?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the tease. It's up there. Sorry, it was a little late. Patreon was not liking my video for some reason, so it took me a few days to figure out why, to shove it through the processing hole. We'll see you guys next time. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.